Hello, good morning, and welcome to the latest podcast in relation to my book, Living with Mitochondria Against All Odds. My name's Ian, and this morning I'm going to talk to you about what I've got coming up next week. Yes, we are going. Yeah, I just wanted to check that the timer was that I'd said it going right. Yes, right. Yeah, as I say, my name's Ian, and a year or so ago I wrote a book called Living with Mitochondria Against All Odds, and so I'm going to talk to you this morning about the Edinburgh Fringe, going up. Talk to you about the Fringe before they cut it. Going up with a good friend of mine, Mick Burns. We did a stand-up show in a charity show in about 2013, I think it was, Comic Relief, and so we've been mates ever since. So we went to the Edinburgh Fringe last year, and we're going again. And on the way up, we have like a stopover in Newcastle, where we have a few beers and a few laughs and a few pints, and usually, or last year there was a carvery in the pub attached to the hotel, so we have that, and then we go up, and it was strange because I'd sent Mick like a list of what we were doing and everything, and he rung me last night and he says, I still haven't got the list. So I almost, because I've read it, I've organised it, and I've read it so many times that I could recite it all to him. And but anyway, I've sent it again, and he's got it. He mailed me last night and said he's got it. But Mick, he's a lorry driver in the evening, so he rung me, and I was in bed, but I got up and I sorted it out, and yeah, all good, and so we stayed at Pollock Hall last year, which was a student halls of residence for the Edinburgh University, but we're staying at a different hall of residence this year. It's totally self-catering, because last year we had breakfast included, and but this year at least, we're not governed by what time we need to get up. And I said to Mick, I said, look, as long as I know where the toaster and the microwave and the kettle is, and I can manage them on my own, you can sleep into whatever time you want, because our first things aren't till like, well, on the second day it's mid-afternoon, and then in the evening, and then every other night is like tea time-ish onwards. So with two shows a day, I mean, if we want, we can go and soak the atmosphere up in Edinburgh, although it was around about £10 around last year, though we have plans of taking our own refreshments in, though I believe it is frowned upon, but you just got to do what you got to do in these times. So we'll be going up there and having a laugh, and then on the Friday, Mick is gonna drop me at the train station, and for about last 3 or 4 months I've had a train ticket booked from Edinburgh to get down to London, and then I've got a friend picking me up from the train station. He's gonna drop me at another friend's that's gonna put me up for the night. And then I've got another friend who I know through skiing. She's gonna take me to Donny Lake, and then about 3 of us are gonna do a triathlon. Apparently my sister said that when you're in these triathlons, or when you're in that triathlon, you're supposed to do a leg each, but I do it all. I don't care. But I'm going to be quite tired by that point, because I struggle with energy anyway. So, but I mean, the bit that I'm always most worried about is the swim. You'll swim 400 meters, cycle 10 kilometers, and then push my wheelchair 2.5k. But as I said, the worst bit I'm always worried about is the swim. More so this year, because I haven't had much chance to practice. Though I do have a local swimming pool, but obviously every day I don't always seem to have the energy to do it because of the mitochondria. I don't always have much energy each day, and if I've had a few rubbish days beforehand, that always mounts up. And as I say, all of the 3 people out, and this triathlon, all your helpers and earners, sidekicks. So everyone doing the triathlon is disabled in some way, and then they have able-bodied people to help you around the course. I mean, I certainly need people to help me swim, because I'd be going round in a circle because I can't see any distance. and also on the bike because I can't see what's coming up. I have communicated with the hire place, and we're hiring a hand bike now, a hand trike, because my knee's a bit dodgy, and after transferring and things up in Edinburgh, I'm just a bit more concerned that my knee's not going to be any fit shape by that point. So that should be all good. And I've got one of my nephews coming round to house sit, so my house isn't going to be empty while I'm away, which is good, because obviously I'm away for just over a week or a few days. So anyway, I shall start wrapping things up, and I'll speak to you in a week or so's time and let you know how it all went. So anyway, see you soon. Goodbye.